Hello, welcome back to Blue Harvest Toys. As you can see, we're going to be looking at another book today. This is not a Star Wars guide or anything like that. I'm kind of run out of those. I'm going to be ordering some more, so don't worry about that. But I just thought we'd look at this today. This is TV Cream Toys by Steve Berry. Now, TV Cream are a website, and it's a very good website. I mean, look at that for a start. There you go. I don't think we need to look at the rest of the book, do we? So yeah, it's just what's cream, TV Cream anyway. www.tv.cream.org. So check that website out. So I'm just going to shout out to them because this is written by Steve Berry, but as you can see, look at all the toys that we're going to be looking at in this book. How to use this book. I won't go through it all. We're just going to go through the pictures and talk about each toy. There's some that I know and some that I don't know. There's some that I just never had, and I'll show what it's about. So let's go into the toys now. A la carte kitchen. I can remember buying my son a kitchen. I just thought, I do want to give him gender stereotypes. So yeah, I mean, he used to play with his niece's kitchen sets and things like that. So yeah, I just thought I'd buy him one. Action Man, wow. Anything Palitoy for me, really does it for me. Born in 1966. Or a year to be born. The actual tank was used in Doctor Who. Airfix kits, I grew up with those. Armatron, I don't really know about. If you know of any of these that I'm missing out, I'm just going straight past and you think, well, that's really important, go in the comments and tell me. Backgammon, no, it's not. These board games really weren't the big thing. There was a few, I suppose. Barbie, obviously not for me. Battling Tops, no, not really. Bermuda Triangle, never heard of that one. Never heard of that one. Big Track, oh, that was so expensive back in the day. I would have loved one, but I just never put it down on my Christmas list. Probably because it was like the way with me. I never asked for an AT-AT or a Millennium Falcon because they're too expensive. And if I was going to get one of these, I wouldn't have got lots of little toys. I preferred quantity over quality, if you know what I mean. Big Yellow Teapot, I think my cousin had one of those. Binatone, I remember having one of those. TV games. I think I had Grandstand though. I had the Grandstand one. They're basically all the same game, but just played a different one. Black Box, don't know that one. Don't know that one. Poglins, I remember those, but I didn't collect them. Buckaroo. That looks like a more modern version because they were just so. They still make them, but they're so flimsy now compared to what we used to have them. Chocolate Machine. Every Christmas I got a chocolate machine. Loved that. Loved that. Cascade. That's another one I've not really heard of. Howard's is endless fun. Chemistry set, yes, I had a chemistry set with the microscope. I used to love that. Chickaboo. I think again my cousin had one of those. Chopper. Now my story on Chopper is I also had racing bikes, BMXs. I love my BMX. And I can't remember if he actually got stolen, my BMX, and we went to the auctions, which was only around the corner from us. Actually, there was an auction around the corner, and I got a chopper, and I had it about an hour, and the handlebars snapped because they'd been welded. Yeah. They were very hard to ride because of the small front wheel. Very hard to ride, and the gears just there for fun, really. They just didn't work that well. Shoots away. I can remember somebody at school, one of my very first schools, bringing those to school one day. They wouldn't let me play on it. Cluedo, I had Cluedo, played that. That is one board game I do like, or did like. Commodore 64. Oh, one of my cousins had this. I went to see him one day, and I had the Spectrum, which was, I wasn't going to say superior, but the Spectrum games used to load up within about 5 minutes, and it used to take about 15 minutes to load a game up on the Commodore. Unbelievable. Maybe because there'd been probably better games, or better graphics and things like that. Battleship, I had Computer Battleship, definitely had Computer Battleship. I had Connect 4 too. Oh, I used to collect the James Bond cars and the Lotus Esprit. Oh, what a bloody car that is. Second only to the Aston, obviously. I had the Batmobile, that might be in there, but I had the Batmobile. I had two Batmobiles. I loved it that much. But that was amazing. Best 99. Oh, there you go. I've done a video on one of those. Adventure 2000s. I've actually still got one of those on my shelf. The little version of it. Crossfire. I can remember the advert for that more than the toy. Cyborgs. Don't remember those. I remember the Micronauts more than the Cyborgs. Tomino Rally, yeah, not something that I really wanted. Downfall, another one didn't have the TARDIS. Look at that! Wow, look at his face. That's pretty cool. The 12-inch Doctor Who as well. So 12-inch version of the TARDIS. Tom Baker version. Never had those. Never had any Doctor Who toys until now, of course. Dungeons and Dragons. I remember trying to get into that in the 80s, but never actually played it. Electronic Detective. Can't remember that one. Electronic Project. Now I would have loved that. I probably would have loved that. Solid free fun. I never got. Perhaps I'd been an engineer by now, an electronic engineer by now. I've got one of those. Escalado, yeah, never had one, but I do like it. You can find them quite often in auction places. Escape from Cold. It's the most complicated board game ever created. It's impressive, but it's just so complicated. Etch-a-Sketch, I had one of those. I either had one or my cousin had one, and I used to play on it all the time. Can't remember. Evel Knievel. Look at that, it's yellow. Mine was red. I didn't have one when it first came out, but I had one a bit later on, and it was red. I know there were different colours, one the blue. I'm not seeing a yellow one though. But that's the iconic Evel Knievel, isn't it? And they've done the recreation of it, but it's the motorbike's black for some reason. Finger Frights, yeah, I remember those. I remember the arms coming off. Price Activity Centre, yeah. Flight Deck. I think I remember the advert for it. But again, it's one of those that are quite expensive. Fuzzy Felts. Love Fuzzy Felts. There we go. I had Astro Wars, had Firefox, I had Tron. I can remember my friend having Space Invaders But yeah, Astro Wars were my first, and Firefox were my last. And I think the Tron was in between. Got one every Christmas. Game & Watch, I missed those out. I wasn't a Nintendo fan. Girls World, obviously I didn't have one of those. Pretty iconic though. Guess Who. No, I didn't have that, but I have played it. I played it since, yeah. Hangman. We didn't have the board game because we played it on a piece of paper. Haunted House. I don't remember that. Nice cardboard board game, all that. He-Man. Didn't have E-Man. I would love an E-Man at the moment. I would love Skeletor and E-Man. Just those two. And do me. Mosquito probably as well. But I was coming out of... Well, I was still collecting Star Wars at the time, so anything else just wasn't bought. Wasn't collected. Hornby, yeah, I got my first train set. Well, my first Hornby train set when I was 18. So I did have train sets before. I had Skeletric more than train sets. Hungry Hippos, never had it, but played it a few times. Johnny 7, one of the most iconic toys, and I tried to get one when I had my shop, just to get people in because it's so iconic. Never, ever had one, played with one. I've seen one, but I've never touched one. I would love one, to tell you the truth, just because it's so iconic and it's just so amazing. Junkyard, never heard of that one. Capelon, oh, that's took. It was okay. It was a good game, but it just took so long to set up. Put all those straws in. Oh. Lego. Enough said about that. Little Professor. Never had one. Spud gun. Wow. Yep. I had my Spud gun. Loved my Spud gun. Magic Roadbot. That is a classic game. I never worked out how that worked. Never. Obviously magnets and everything like that, but yeah, another great game. Not the game. It wasn't really a game. It's like it's just a question and answer thing, isn't it? It's a quiz game with artificial intelligence. Yeah, we thought it was. Magic Rocks. No, I don't know about those. They look pretty cool though. Magnadoodle, like texture sketching it really, but with shapes and things like that. Oh, magnetic wheel. I would have had one of those. I think I probably did too. Mastermind, definitely had that. I loved that. Absolutely loved that. Knight Rider, radio control car. Now I loved Knight Rider. I watched every episode, but I could never get any merchandise or anything. The only thing I ever got was a little Matchbox car that I painted black. It was the same car. It was the Pontiac, but I had to paint it myself. I think it was black, but there was grey bits on it as well, so I had to paint it all black myself. And it was kit to me. Meccano, I had some given. I can remember it vividly. The next door neighbour gave me this wooden box of really old Meccano. I must have been about what, 3, 4, if that. I can remember that. It's weird. Mercury Maze, I remember that. Yeah, definitely had one of those. Merlin, no, never had one of those. Monopoly, had that. Yeah, so many versions of that out. And it's alright if you've got a freebie, but it's quite boring, isn't it? Let's be honest. Mousetrap, yeah, I had that, but it never worked. I don't think I actually ever played the game. I just set it up and let it go. Mr. Frosty, pretty cool. Never had one. Pretty cool. You get that. My Little Pony. Again, my cousin had those. Knew it was Cable. Yeah, I think my uncle had one. Operation. I had that. Now, I got Operation as a replacement for my main toy one Christmas. Now my main toy that Christmas was a big rifle that shot out Spider-Man cars and went over ramps and things like that. How cool is that? But it got sent back to the catalogue because that's how we got things back in the days. We had to look through the catalogue and mark off what we wanted for Christmas. And I wanted this Spider-Man gun, and it was amazing. I never got a game on it. I never got a play on it because my dad set it up and it broke. He broke it, and I never got to play on it. So it got sent back. I thought, oh, we'll get another one. And they said, oh, there must have been a fault on them. It must have recalled them. And no one says, what do you want to replace it? Because they're giving you so much money. And I got an Operation. How disappointing is that? Purple People Eater, I remember that in the toy shop. I remember it in the window of the toy shop. And I've since seen an advert of it and it just looks really crap. Othello, I tried to get into it once. I think I've played it a few times, but no. Palitoy Cue Ball. I saw one of those down at Palitoy when I went down. Never played on it. Not really into snooker, so never played on that. I had the Blip. The Palitoy Blip. Paul Daniels TV match. I remember seeing those being in the toy shops. Perfection. Above me. I couldn't be bothered with it, to be honest with you. Peter Powell's Stunter Kite. Oh my god! I remember that being in the comics, the advert, but no thanks. I kind of want an outdoors person. Can you tell? I play football, and that's about it. Petite Super International Typewriter. It's a typewriter, isn't it? Play-Doh, Monster Shop. My cousin had a lot of Play-Doh. I can remember the Star Wars ones, the Jabba the Hutt ones, and things like Pocketeers. Now there you go, Palitoy at its best. They were amazing. I think I had that one, the Fruit Machine one. I had a couple more. I think I had the Motocross one as well. I had a couple more. Loved those. Absolutely loved those. Absolutely brilliant. Racing bike. Yeah, I had a racing bike, obviously. Rainbow Bright. No. It's called Raving Bonkers Fighting Robots, but we know it's Rock and Sock and Robots. I don't think I ever had it. I can remember playing it. I don't know if a friend might have had it. There it goes. That's it. That's the gun that I was on about. The Spider-Man gun, but Ricochet Racers. That's what it's called. Wow. So yeah, these were like Spider-Man cars. I remember them being Spider-Man. You put that in there, and it just shot them off, and they just used to go into battles and jump. Wow. Wrist Racers as well. I remember those. I think I had the A-Team. I think I had the Knight Rider, and I think I had the Dukes of Hazzard car. Remus Play Kits. Vaguely remember that guy's face. It looked a bit like my granddad. But yeah, that is the gun that I was talking. I didn't think it'd be on here because it was Palitoy as well. I might have to look into that, see if I can get hold of one of those. That would be quite interesting. Rom the Space Knight. Never heard of that one. Rubik's Cube. Classic. I think I had a knockoff version. I remember being in, when I had to go in hospital and having one of those and just trying to do it all the time. I could never do it. Skeleton Stick. Loved it. Had one of those in the loft, in the attic. All my toys were in the attic, and I had it set up all the time. Scrabble. Never been a word. Can't have more numbers than words. Screwball Scramble, I remember it. It's like there was like a Pocketeer version of it, and that's just like the big version of the Pocketeer one. Sea Monkeys, never had them. They're just big fake troll thing kind of thing out. They're just little microbes out. They're not sea monkeys. whatsoever. Shaker Maker. Oh, it's where you make the little figures and things like that, isn't it? Shrinky Dinks. No. Make and bake mat, so that's kind of the same thing. No. Silly Putty. Yeah, I remember that. I remember putting it in. You could like photocopy things. It's basically the first photocopy. Simon, me cousin had that. I never really enjoyed it that much. Cindy, again, one of my cousins had a lot of Cindy's. I used to play with them, I'll admit it. $6 Million Man, loved $6 Million Man. I remember those little rubber shoes. What a fantastic toy that is. Looking through his eye, pressing the button on his back, lifting that engine. Yeah, I would love to have one of those again. And actually, the face actually does look like Lee made. It's really good sculpt. Right from the eye. The little rubber arm, skin on his arm. And he got the little. I love taking that out and putting it back in. Weird. Slime. Yeah, I think I had some of that, but obviously it doesn't last very long. It dries up, doesn't it, and evaporates. Slinky. Never had a Slinky. Just one trick pony, innit, really? Smoky Monkey. I remember the indoor fireworks. I used to get those. They were pretty cool. Sonic Ear. I think I remember that in the toy shop. Not kind of thing I'd been interested in. Sorry. Yeah, I think I had Frustration. I think it's the same type of game, isn't it? Is that Frustration and that's Sorry? Yeah, that's Frustration. That's what I had. And the Pop-O-Matic. Space Opera. Wow. Those are pretty one of the most iconic toys, I suppose. Speak and Spell. Although it's usually known now for E.T. learning to speak English. Spirograph, never had one of those. I should have done because I was quite arty, really. Squirmies, I remember those in the shops, but I never got one. Starbird, that's another one of those toys where it was quite expensive, and you just, to be honest with you, it was not based on anything, so nobody really got it. I mean, if it was based on like a TV series, something like that, we would have probably bought it. This is what this is. I mean, this is the main toy. This is it. This is what was based on a movie. I mean, wow. What else can I say? I mean, this is the only toy that has got 4 pages. And look at that there. Look at that there. I've got a piece of it here. Yes, I've got the Death Star playset, and I need that bit there. I need the seat and the canopy, and then it's complete. And mine doesn't actually look. I mean, it's worse than that because it's got all torn bits and things like that. But everybody's will have. If you've got a mint one like that, I don't know. So anyway, yeah, we all know about Star Wars toys. Guess that's why we're here. Stay Alive. Not a game I've played. Sticker bricks, I used to play with those in nursery. That's how old they are. Stop Boris, I remember that being in the toy shop. But again, it's one of those toys that was just too expensive. Strawberry Shortcake. Made the TIE Fighter pilots smell the way they do. Stretch Armstrong. I had Stretch Armstrong. I had the Monster. I think I got them both for Christmas, same Christmas. I can remember that, opening that and being so excited. But to be honest with you, it's like another one-trick pony, isn't it? Used to fight each other and that was about it. Oops, Rolf Harris. Rolf endorsed. Less said about him the better. Stylophone, never had one of those. Subbuteo, I had a Subbuteo. I got about 14, 15 when I got a Subbuteo. when I started really properly getting into football. I've been into it for about 5-10 years, but then I got Subbuteo and I really got into football. Swing ball, again, never been a really outdoorsy type person. Probably play my football more on a Subbuteo pitch. Tank Command, I would have always loved that. I've always saw it on the adverts and in the shops and things like that, but it's one of them things again that I never got because it was too expensive. Telescope, no, I never liked just spying on people. TCR, a friend down the road had this. It was absolute. I asked him every time I went down to get it out, and no, I don't want to get it out. But pressing that button on top makes them turn around. I had Scale Extra key at TCR, and I'm just really jealous because these cars could turn around. As soon as I got the stock cars for the Scale Electric, and then they started turning around, so I was quite happy. Stereo Hawks. Yeah, well, it was voiced by Windsor Davis, wasn't it? Wow. Never actually showed Ted Rocks anymore. It's weird. Test match. There you go. Another sports game you can play inside. Another one that didn't really work that well. I mean, you've got Subbuteo. It's alright. It kind of works. It's not free-flowing football like you'd see. Yeah, this test match never really worked pretty well. And you've got the American football game where you set every figure up to go, and then it vibrates and they just go in all different directions. That's Tin Can Alley. I remember seeing that, and I think a friend might have had it, but I never played it. I think I did ask for it one year, and my parents won't let me have a rifle. Tiny Tears. Another iconic toy. Obviously I didn't have one. Tippet. I don't remember that. I remember the adverts and the Tommy. I liked the grandstand ones as opposed to the Tommy ones. Tonka. I might have had one when I was very young, but I can't remember. Top Trumps had loads of Top Trumps. Loads of Top Trumps. Transformers. Never collected them. Never collected them. My son had the Beast Wars, and he had the Optimus Prime later on. I would like the Soundwave, obviously. Trivial Pursuit, not a game for me, really. Played it a couple of times, it's alright, but it's just not something for me. I mean, there's not enough questions, really. Twister, again, it's like one of those family board game things, isn't it? Oh, Periscope, I don't remember that one. Wow, that's pretty cool. So it's like a battleship type thing, but you're looking through a periscope. That's different. Vertibird. Is it like that? Bombs away, is it? Not heard that one. Viewmaster. I had loads of the round, I think, discs that you put in for that. Excellent. Walkie talkies. No, I wasn't even allowed to CB, so. War of the Daleks. I remember I had this in the shop. I never remembered it back in the day, but it's actually a pretty good game. It's, quite interesting. The Daleks are pretty good in it. Weebles, I had Weebles. Whimsies, they're more like ornaments to me. Yahtzee. Remember the advert. Zoids. Again, not something I really remember. I can remember them being in Woolworths and places like that, but not something that I actually bought. Spectrum, there you go. That's. I had the Grandstand, then I had the Spectrum, then I had the Mega Drive, and then PlayStation. Jet Set Willy. Oh, Elite. Oh wow, Chucky Egg. Oh. I think they did bring a mini console out that, didn't they, recently? But I don't know if it can't have done right well because it's not seen it since. I know they've done Commodore 64, and it's actually got School Days on it. So I love School Days. Yeah, there you go, School Days. And School Days 2, Back to School. Yeah. If I could have a console with just those 2 games on. Football Manager, definitely. Fantastic game. And Elite. Some brilliant games. And then going on to the Mega Drive with Madden and things like that. So that's it. That's the book. There's the author, Steve Berry. Thank you to Steve for letting me look at this and letting us look at this. So I've learned something today. I hope you have too. And if you like looking at toys like this, like I do, please subscribe to the channel. And I've got plenty of my books where I'm going to be looking through TV and film related cars. I've got that book. We can have a look through that. So subscribe, like, share, all the good stuff. Until next time, may the toys be with you.